All right, so we're diving into playing Hooky with the Hottie by Maggie Dallen today.
Okay.
Specifically, some excerpts you all sent in, focusing on Hazel and Will.
Yeah.
I gotta say, their story really kind of sneaks up on you.
Interesting.
It's one of those where you think you know where it's going, but then,
Oh, yeah.
boom,
Right.
totally unexpected.
I see that.
So we're going to uncover how these two, they start as this, like, project almost, and then it just evolves into something much deeper. And honestly, the lessons they learn, even me, I consider myself a seasoned romance reader. Even I was like, whoa, didn't see that coming.
I think that's what's so great about this book. Like,
Right.
we enter relationships, we think we know,
Totally.
you know, what we want, what we need. We have these expectations.
Oh, you think you have it all figured out.
Right. But then Hazel and Will really throw those assumptions out the window.
Absolutely. So first we meet Hazel, and she's this, like, swimming prodigy. I mean, dedicated, completely dedicated to her training.
Oh, wow.
Olympics are the goal.
Okay.
Not parties, not boys.
Right.
So then when she gets this, like, sudden infatuation with Justin, one of her swim teammates, it's all the more interesting.
It's almost like she's approaching this crush with the same, the strategic mindset that she applies to swimming.
Exactly.
She's reading teen magazines, those classic how to get the guy articles.
Oh, yeah, I remember those.
Friends are giving her advice, matchmaking attempts, but you can just feel this disconnect.
Oh, totally, yeah.
Between who Hazel really is and this persona she's projecting.
Like, she's trying to fit herself into this mold, you know?
Absolutely, yeah.
Of what a girl should be to attract a guy.
To get the guy, yeah.
And then enters Will, the school photographer.
Okay.
And he seems to just glide through life, carefree, charming.
Interesting.
He's watching Hazel and her efforts with this, like, mixture of amusement and maybe a little intrigue.
He's definitely intrigued because you have Hazel, who is so structured, so planned out, and then you have Will, who's just
spontaneous.
Yeah, go with the flow.
Yeah,
so different.
Completely opposite.
And I think in that clash, that's where things start to change.
Yeah, and then Will, being the nice guy he is, decides to help Hazel with this this fun girl social media makeover. So we've got the staged photos at parties, the perfect picnic shots, like everything, all curated.
I see. So it's creating this image of Hazel that isn't really her.
Yeah, not exactly authentic.
And that's such an interesting topic.
Oh, totally.
Especially now with social media.
Yeah, right.
Like, how much are we shaping ourselves online to fit this...
this perfect image.
Yeah, this ideal.
Yeah.
But what does that do to us?
Right, and Hazel starts to struggle with that.
Yeah.
Okay. The more successful this project is, the more she's like, wait a minute, this isn't me.
Oh, wow.
And what's even more interesting is, while she's trying to get Justin's attention, she's actually starting to connect with Will.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and it's those moments when they're not doing these staged photo shoots.
Right.
They discover they both love...
What is it?
Old detective shows.
Oh, wow.
Like Columbo.
Okay.
Murder, she wrote.
Oh, I love those.
I know, right?
That's so endearing because it shows they have this...
This connection.
Yeah, this intellectual thing going on.
Yeah, they're both kind of nerdy about it.
I love that.
So they start to see past, you know, the labels they've given each other. And then there's this one scene at the lake.
Okay.
They're doing, you know, another photo shoot, stage picnic, the whole thing. And Hazel decides to go swimming in the lake.
Really?
Which, if you think about it, old Hazel, the one so focused on training and schedules, never would have done that.
Interesting.
So you can see Will's influence.
Okay, I see that.
Starting to rub off on her.
Right. So the scene at the lake, is it just about the swim or is there more to it?
There's more because they have this conversation about, like, Will, he talks about floating through life, and Hazel, she's all about trying.
Yeah. Oh, I still...
Striving, achieving.
So their approaches to life are very different.
Completely.
But they're talking about it.
Yeah. And you can see Hazel starting to think.
Oh, that's cool.
Like, huh?
Like, maybe there's another way.
Yeah, maybe there's another way.
That's a big shift for her.
Huge. And then things get really interesting.
Okay.
They have this, like, spontaneous food fight.
What?
I know. And it ends with Will kissing Hazel.
Oh, wow. Her first kiss.
First kiss.
And she's trying to figure out Justin. Yeah, she's all over the place.
Totally throws her off balance.
Wow, so this kiss, it's like a catalyst, forcing them to deal with these feelings they didn't even know they had.
Exactly. And it throws Hazel into this whirlwind.
Right.
Because she still thinks she's hung up on Justin.
Okay, so she's excited and confused at the same time.
Totally. And she's worried because Will is just like,
yeah,
whatever, no big deal.
He's trying to play it cool.
Yeah, but you can see she's starting to have these feelings, but she's trying to figure out what they mean.
This is so interesting. But what about Will?
Oh, Will's got his own struggles going on.
Okay.
On the surface, he's Mr. Carefree.
Yeah, right.
But then he's watching Hazel with Justin.
Uh-huh.
And you see this little flicker of
jealousy.
Jealousy, yeah.
Wow, so he's not as unaffected as he seems.
Not at all. And he sees how Justin is with Hazel. And he's like, this guy doesn't appreciate her.
Yeah, he's seeing the real Hazel.
Exactly.
The one Justin doesn't seem to notice.
Right. And then he confides in his friend, Max.
What does he say?
He's like, I have feelings for Hazel.
Wow, he admits it.
He does, but then he's also like, I'm terrified of failing.
Oh, I see.
Classic dilemma, right?
Yeah, putting your heart out there.
Yeah.
Risking getting hurt.
It's scary.
It is.
So we have this buildup of tension. Hazel's getting all this attention from Justin. Thanks to the fun girl facade.
Right, but she's not happy.
Not at all. It's so fake.
And Will's just watching.
Yeah, and he's realizing he might lose her.
To a guy who doesn't even get her.
Exactly.
This is setting us up for something big, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
It feels like a turning point is coming.
It is. And the setting.
Okay, tell me.
A swim meet, Hazel's domain.
Right, where she shines.
Exactly. Where she's powerful, but also vulnerable.
Interesting.
Like she can't hide behind a facade anymore.
So she has to face her true feelings.
Yeah. And of course, she wins her race.
Of course.
She's amazing.
She is.
And as soon as she gets out of the pool, Will pulls her aside.
This is it.
This is it. He's going for it.
This is where he takes a risk.
He does. He confesses his feelings.
Oh, wow.
And he doesn't just, like, compliment her. He talks about her strength, her determination.
Okay.
How she inspires him.
He's being so vulnerable.
He is. And Hazel, she drops a bomb.
What?
Justin asked her to homecoming.
Oh, wow.
And she said no.
She said no.
She said no.
This is huge.
I know, right?
She's rejecting the fun girl act.
Yes.
She's done with that.
She is. She's finally listening to her own heart.
So now what?
Well, they decide to go to homecoming together. Together.
Wow.
But it's not about impressing anyone anymore.
Okay.
It's about them.
I see.
Experiencing it on their own terms.
This is a whole new chapter for them.
It is. And you know how Will was so afraid of failing?
Yeah.
Well, he enters this photography competition.
Really?
Inspired by Hazel.
Okay.
And guess what?
He wins?
He wins.
Wow, that's awesome.
I know their relationship is pushing them both to achieve things they never thought possible.
That's what I love about a good relationship.
Right.
You celebrate each other's wins.
Yeah.
You inspire growth.
Push each other to be better.
Exactly.
But not change each other.
Right.
It's like they complete each other.
I love that.
Hazel helps Will with his passion, his purpose.
Yeah.
And he helps her let go of all those expectations.
Yeah, right.
And just embrace spontaneity.
I love that.
And the best part,
what?
Their growth spills over into their other relationships.
So, mommy.
They team up with their friend, Emma,
to
help their friend Charlotte.
Oh, that's nice.
With her crush.
They're like relationship gurus now.
I know. It's so cute.
I love this.
They're paying it forward.
This is great.
Okay, so think about this.
Okay.
You, listening right now, think about all the different roles you play. Friend, student, colleague.
Yeah.
Maybe you're the fun one or the responsible one. How much of that is really you?
Oh, that's a good question.
And how much is like what people expect?
Yeah, what we think we're supposed to be?
Exactly.
Are we being authentic or are we following a script?
Right. Hazel and Will are saying, challenge that.
Yeah.
Be yourself.
Even if it's scary.
Even if it's scary.
It can be hard.
It can be, but sometimes taking that risk leads to amazing things.
Absolutely.
Remember how Hazel was trying so hard to be the fun girl for Justin? Well, at homecoming, she's radiant.
Really?
Not because of her dress or anything.
Oh.
It's this inner confidence.
Oh, wow.
She's finally comfortable.
She's being herself.
Yes. And that's what makes her truly attractive.
She's not looking for validation from others. Her happiness comes from within.
Exactly. And that's something we can all learn from.
Absolutely.
It's not just a romantic thing.
No, it's about life.
It's about everything. When you're comfortable with who you are, it impacts your relationships, your goals.
It changes everything.
Everything.
And I think what's interesting about their story is it challenges that whole opposites attract idea.
Oh, totally.
It's not just about complementing each other.
Right.
They push each other to grow
They do.
in ways they couldn't do on their own.
They celebrate their differences, but they also inspire each other.
Yeah, to be better.
And it all starts with being vulnerable. Letting go of those masks.
Letting people see the real you.
Exactly. And remember how Will tried to downplay his feelings?
Yeah.
It was only when he let himself be vulnerable that things really changed, that their relationship blossomed.
It's like those moments of vulnerability.
Yeah.
They're turning points.
They are in relationships, in life.
When we let our guard down, we open ourselves up.
To deeper connections.
Yes.
New opportunities.
To really live.
To a more authentic way of being.
Their story is a good reminder.
It is.
That sometimes big changes.
Start with something small.
Okay.
Like a chance meeting.
Yeah.
Or a food fight.
That leads to a kiss.
Exactly.
So we have to be open to those moments because you never know where they might lead.
That's so true.
So as we wrap up this part of our deep dive, think about this.
Okay.
What small thing in your life could lead to a big change?
I like that.
It could be a conversation.
Yeah.
A new hobby.
Right.
A spontaneous decision.
That's scary.
It can be, but be open to it.
Be open to the possibility.
Because even the smallest moments can change everything.
Wow. That's powerful.
It is.
I'll be thinking about that.
Me too.
And I'm sure our listeners will too.
I hope so, because it's true.
It is.
So what happens next for Hazel and Will?
I can't wait to find out.
Let's dive into that after a quick break.
Sounds good.
So Hazel turned down Justin for homecoming.
Huge decision.
Right.
Like she's really making a change.
Right.
It shows she's not just going after what she thinks she should want.
Yeah, she's done with shoulds.
Exactly. She's figuring out what she really wants.
Listening to her heart.
And who better to help her figure that out than Will?
Right. They're on this journey together now.
And they decide to go to homecoming together.
I love that.
It's not about anyone else anymore.
Yeah, it's just them.
And it's so cool because remember how Will was all worried about failing?
Oh, yeah. He was so scared.
Well, he enters this photography competition.
Okay.
Inspired by Hazel.
That's sweet.
He's like, I can do this. He wins.
He wins. No way.
I know. It's like their relationship is this. Like
catalyst.
Yes.
For them to both achieve things they never thought they could.
They're pushing each other.
That's the best part of a relationship, you know?
Totally.
You support each other.
You celebrate each other's wins.
You inspire growth.
And you become better versions of yourself.
Without changing who you are.
Exactly. And it goes beyond just them. They start helping their friend Charlotte.
Yeah.
Her crush.
Oh, that's nice.
They're like, we learned all this stuff.
Yeah.
Let us help you.
I love that. It shows how much they've grown.
It does. They're not trying to be popular or anything.
They're just being good friends.
They care about Charlotte.
And they want to share what they've learned.
Their story, it's not just about romance.
Right. It's about life.
About becoming the best version of yourself.
And that's something we can all relate to.
Totally. And it all starts with being open to change.
To being vulnerable.
It's taking risks.
Sometimes the scariest things lead to the best things.
And remember, growth never stops.
It's a journey, not a destination.
So be open to new experiences.
To new connections.
To unexpected moments.
Because those moments can change your life.
Like that moment when Will kissed Hazel.
Right.
That changed everything.
It did. And their story. It inspires us to embrace the unknown.
To trust the journey.
And to believe that even when we mess up, we're still moving forward.
Beautifully said.
Thanks.
So as we wrap up this deep dive into playing hooky with the hottie, remember, keep exploring.
Keep questioning.
And keep diving deep.
Until next time.
It's amazing how Hazel and Will helping Charlotte shows how much they've grown.
Yeah, like they took what they learned and are using it to help someone else.
It's like they're mentors now.
Right. Guiding her through all the ups and downs of young love.
And they're showing her how to be authentic.
And how to be true to yourself.
Exactly, which reinforces what they learned.
It all comes full circle.
It does, and it's interesting because...
What is it?
They're not trying to be the popular kids.
Yeah, they're not caught up in that.
They're just being good friends.
They genuinely care about Charlotte.
And they want to help her.
Their story is so much more than just romance.
It really is. It's about
What is it about?
becoming the best version of yourself.
Yeah, that's it.
And that's something we can all strive for.
No matter who you are.
So as we wrap up this deep dive into playing hooky with the hottie,
Okay.
the biggest takeaway for me is
What is it?
growth is a journey.
Not a destination.
You never stop growing,
Always changing.
always learning.
Exactly.
So challenge yourself.
Question everything.
Be open to new things
Embrace the unknown.
because you never know what amazing things are waiting for you.
You just have to be open to them.
Beautifully said. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into playing hooky with the hottie.
It was fun.
Until next time, keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep diving deep.